Hi, welcome to BitmonkeyTV. Today, we document, we don't create. We're going to catch up on some tasks, primarily creative focused through canva.com, which is an awesome tool. I'm going to answer any questions, anybody tuning in. It's supposed to be a Tech Tip Tuesday theme of the day. So if anybody needs any technical help, whether it's crypto focused, Web3, or tech, IT, Windows, Mac, hardware, software, networking, email hosting. I am finally getting into the zone with the show where all of my knowledge, I really want to put it out there in a way that is accessible and easy to find. So the best way I thought of doing that is to start documenting more, showing the work that I do, and then I come up with an idea, and then I create something. I create a new structure, a new theme, a new script that I follow. And I want to start creating these long form pieces of content focused around, all right, let's say I'm a new user. I don't have a MetaMask. I want to transfer some Ethereum in. Doing that all in a long form piece of content, breaking it apart into smaller videos, and truly going after that chief aim that I've defined for BitmonkeyTV. Which is to be the most utilized source of Web3 content. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but that's the gist of it, right? To educate the masses. And while I just said IT-focused content, they go hand in hand. It's good to learn everything, in my opinion. What's good, Gary? I opened up with a squirrel. I had an intro set, but I came back to my laptop and it was dead. I forgot to plug it in. Like right at 30. That's why I started a few minutes late. So shout out. Thanks for tuning in today. Let me know if you have any questions, technical. What I'm going to do is show my screen and finish a few things. I'd love your input since I have you here. All right, look at this. It's like a word block movie poster that I want to start creating every time there's a guest on the show, primarily. The normal theme of the day is like, depending if it's a certain topic, I'll switch it up. But it was an idea I had of like the wordplay of just fitting them all into one canvas. I originally had a lot of different colors, and Scott's like, yeah, you should probably, reduce the number of different colors you use. So what are your thoughts on this? I don't know. I kind of like it, but it's also busy. It's busy. I've thought about moving this down, making it smaller, creating a little border around it of some sort, or maybe making it be here and then doing 2 rows like a magazine format. And then I also did it inverted to see how it would look. Yeah. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, though. So what we're going to do, since I'm behind on yesterday's tasks, is we're going to create a flyer for that art contest we just announced yesterday. I think that's the move. So I already started to search contest flyer. I love Canva because, if you're not a creative first and you don't have a creative on your staff who understands UX design and understands how to create a flyer to paint a certain picture or story tell a certain way, right? You can just go find certain templates and just visualize how you would change it. And then you change the text, you change the content, the colors, everything. But I thought this would be a great way to create one on the fly really quickly, and we'll be showing it live on air. And this is not a paid promotion. I'm gotta say, this pops. This pops. I think we can tweak that. That's got a lot of different like little modules, I like to say. We're gonna try something with this. The only thing is the light bulb. We don't need that. We don't need that. I'm guessing I would put the Discord on it. See, they have different design. And sometimes, I'll do all this work to kind of place it, see how it looks, and I end up not liking it. But I'm just kind of playing with it right now, seeing how I would manipulate it to serve a purpose. I really want a checklist one, if I'm being honest. Something that's simple. This is a little too busy. This is fun, but it's a little too busy. I'm already talking myself off of it. I see something with this. Yo, Saqib, how you doing today? Thanks for tuning in. Today we're documenting the process. I meant to create this flyer last night before bed. I didn't, so doing it live on air. And this will probably be a short stream just because I want to tune into that live tasting for Gary V and that new Empathy Wines. Who knows? Maybe I stream it here. But let's get rid of all this. Wait till you see what's on my mind with this one. Yeah, thank you. I am. It's a great day. I'm excited to. Here's the backdrop. I'm at a lake house right now. I was actually here a month ago for a week, and I'm here, I believe, through the next 11 days. So excited to be here. Excited to have a nice place to work and relax as well. Like home away from home. But home has honestly been where I've been. Been on the road now. I was curious. I looked at my last service from the dealership, and it was a few days before my road trip. Just one final little thing that I wanted to get checked. And I was at 116, and then I forget the last three digits. So 116,000 miles. And right now I'm at 127, almost 128, 128,000 miles, rounding up since May. It's crazy. And I'm not even done yet. I'm still halfway across the country, and I'm not going straight back to California. There's no way. I was kind of thinking about doing, fuck it, let's show you. We do it live around here. We're going to squirrel off into something really quick. So I'm over here, right? Somewhere in the middle. I'm thinking south, hit the Mississippi, hit Louisiana, come back into Texas, come up, come through Oklahoma, or cut down Oklahoma, cut out, visit all these states, just pop through, and then go north, directly north. Cut over to Montana, go south, directly south. I don't know what I would do in New Mexico, if I'm being honest. I'd probably cut down to Colorado, cut over to Utah, do like an Idaho, maybe Arizona again, cut back up through Nevada, Oregon, Washington, and then hit this most corner of the states, and then cut back down. I think the route back, quote unquote, home or to my home base in California is going to be from the north, is what I'm feeling. But who knows? Because I haven't been to any of these states. My initial route kind of cut diagonally across. So it'd be cool to go drive through. And I'm going to be honest, I need to go back to Florida. I wasn't there long enough. I want to do like a full wraparound, take like a month, and just stop off at all the places I like. So who knows? Maybe I'll save that. Yeah, man. It's been going on 3 months now, almost 2 months, easy. So it's been fun. Gotta say, it's been crazy adjusting and having the schedule I have and time blocking the way that I do. I can do better, but without squirrel ado. So I was going to show you this. This is something internal that's not public facing, but it's kind of like how I do my planning. And I'm going to be improving on my live stream checklist, post stream checklist, timestamps. I'm very excited to really kick off, but this is something I posted here to really remind myself why I'm doing this. And a little hint, you're going to see a rebrand with BitmonkeyTV pretty soon. New logo. If you notice, you go to bitmonkey.tv to come watch this stream, but YouTube shows it's Bitmonkey Studio. I think it's very misleading, and I want to get everything on the same page. And I'm feeling that Bitmonkey TV being that public-facing outlet, right, for streaming, for video, for content, is better. I like it better. So Bitmonkey Studio lives on, no doubt, but Bitmonkey TV makes more sense. I already reserved some names on Twitter and Instagram for Bitmonkey TV. It's just a matter of making the swap or changing the name. But essentially moving forward, it's driving all the traffic to YouTube. This is what I enjoy doing most. And, I don't do it for the live streamers. I do it because I enjoy it and I want to share everything I've learned and just that industry I just retired from. I feel like there's a lot of videos that I can create over the next 10 years that will be life-changing for others, right? That will help others tremendously. So, but it's not going to happen overnight. We're just doing, 1 week at a time type of thing. So we're 155 episodes in. I have full intent on going through well past through 1,000. I have no stopping point set in my head. The one thing I told myself is this is your next decade. So, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So everything we're doing, and then underlying, right? Everything that we do between Bitmonkey Labs, Bitmonkey 3.0, which more to be announced on that once I get situated in Portugal. But I'll be back there at the end of the year. Moral Monkey Bites, everything. This is my full time. This is what I'm doing. This is what I dedicate my time to over the next 10 years minimum. So I'm not going anywhere. And I've been a techie nerd my whole life, so let's do it. Without squirrel ado, I wanted to create that design contest. What's cool about Canva Pro, this is not a paid promo, but they have certain, elements that you can utilize. So like arts, palette is what I'm kind of feeling. Something like this. I think that's cool. And then I'll kind of pop that down there. Center everything. Play with it. Bring the text together a little bit. I think that's starting to look good. And I really like this template because I like the pre-made checklist down here. So that was my big selling point on picking this this template. Let me go back to comments. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here. I'm curious. Are you gonna start playing the Cozy Penguins if you can? I know I think the start times are probably not the best for you, or maybe they are. Maybe they are, right? Because isn't it 5 a.m. for you right now? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's 4:48 Pacific. It's funny, a little trick that I've done to make sure my scheduling's on point is my laptop. Like all my devices except for my mobiles are on Pacific time because that's just how I've always operated. When I went to Portugal for the first half of the year, I did the same thing just so I would stay in touch with that time zone. Dude, shout out. Thank you for being here. I love it. That's cool, man. I hope you have a great day today. I hope you have a great start to the day. And if you have any questions related to what we're doing, or maybe a tech question to help you through your day, maybe you have an idea that you need help with. I'm not a creative first and foremost, but can definitely do my best to help. So today's an open floor. If you haven't noticed by the title, it's document, don't create, just documenting, squirreling, talking to you guys here. And then It is Tech Tip Tuesday as far as the theme of the day. So I'll just open the floor. If you have any questions at all, I'm here to answer them. But I understand 5 a.m. You probably don't have too many technical questions. Probably just, like where am I getting my coffee from this morning, or your tea, whatever your preference is. So we can honestly get rid of a lot of this, but all right, let's go to that announcement. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to. We need more space. Bring this up. Can honestly get rid of most of this. I'll add any other text that I need to add. I kind of like this, so I'm gonna save it. I'll just save the badge. Kind of leave it off there. Put that there just to remind myself. So first I'm going to try to paste everything in there, and it's doing exactly what I thought. Not what I want it to do. So let's switch this whole thing up. We're just going to grab this check mark, kind of repurpose it accordingly. I just went and selected all of them, hit Control C, Control V, just to copy paste, to kind of speed up the process of creating those. We're going to move this over to our SpongeBob font that we love so much. Now I'm going to put the deadline somewhere else. I'm going to give it its own section, but kind of what I'm thinking for this badge, or maybe up in this space. Let me just look back at the screen. Yeah, I think that's actually proper, rules and deadline, because they're all. So we're going to do sometime later. 18.9. All right, so that's going to be the limit. So that's essentially how I'm going to create it. And I'm liking this one. I'm liking this one because this reminds me of like palettes, so to speak. It's just the text that I put in the post is quite a bit. So I'm fitting, for anybody curious, I'm going to fit all of this onto this flyer in a really fun way. And then what I'll probably do is use the intro as the post on the, when I post this across socials to talk about it. Very nice. For me, I go through phases. There was a phase where I didn't drink any coffee for a long time, but now it's primarily coffee after some water, first and foremost, like a pint of water. For sure. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Yeah, as per usual, we'll have a po-up at the end of the episode, and I'm just going to finish this flyer real quick and just try to fit everything on it as best I can. Make this bigger. Lock that for now. Lock that. That way it doesn't bug me. And I'm going to grab all these, move them up. And I think this is where the deadline will be posted. I think that's the move. We'll change this color to orange for now. Might have to reduce the texts. Just copy pasting right now. I think that's where I'll put that. I just realized my screen's got a tint to it too. There we go. All right, we got 5 minutes till that stream too. So what we might do, since it's on YouTube, is if everyone wants to just watch it here, I'll put it on my screen. Let's put that down a little bit. Now we want that there. I can improve on that, but I like where it's headed. I don't know. I love your feedback. What about, how do you like the look of this so far? I think I should just keep it as the post and not waste any time. All right, because this makes sense, right? But I wanted to create a fun little flyer for it too. Oh, I love it. Yo, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. Let's switch all the text. Yeah, yikes. This is going to be tough to read. I'm going to try to make it work. Line it up there. What we'll do is move this up even more. Boop. There we go. It fits some more. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I don't like how that. Let's see how it goes. But I'm not feeling it. I guess I can remove that. That removes one line. I can definitely clean up this one. almost fit it all. But see, it's not. It just doesn't look good. Let's move this to the corner. I'm liking that way better. Frees up some space. I can give that a little something something. See how Canva's just lets you know that they all there we go. There's that extra one. Just gonna fix this, probably give this a little background. And we'll maybe do orange. Some black text. What kind of orange is that? There we go. Not sure how I feel about that, but looking better. Hey, thank you. Yeah, so what we're doing today, if you're tuning in just now, right? It's we just took another template and we're just creating a flyer really quickly because I meant to do this last night for the post. I just didn't get a chance. I appreciate it. Okay. Got you. Well, I had to think about that for a second. I wanted to match it with that patch, but I can also get rid of that because that was a part of the template. But one thing I can also do. I can't do that with that. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, I kind of just work with what I've learned in the past. The one thing that's off to me is these colors. This was stock colors, so I got to switch this. Something doesn't feel right here. What I'm kind of feeling is move that. Let's see if this works. This is a crazy idea that I have. Why isn't it working here? I gotta move it up here. Right here. Oh, that's not working how I want it to work. All right, let's undo all that. Let's see. Definitely make these two match. What? How did I just mess that up? Seriously? All right, it's fun. Nice. That's what I should do. So what I'll probably, since I can't place anything in there, right? Yeah. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Because here's a thought. I don't know if this is gonna pay off, but we don't know if we don't try, right? And all right, just give me a sec. I need to add another layer in there. Let's just give it a square. Pull that. Pull that down. So what I want to do is I want to get it behind it, right? Because we want to intercept that orange like effect. So what I'm doing is control and brackets really quickly. You can always right click any element within Canva, but so placing it right there, giving it all white makes it pop more, but also complements that other background that we can now give a little more transparency to make the text far more legible. I don't know. I do not know. Too many different shapes. Like we got all these points here. We got these curves here. We got these corners here. So that's something I'm going to fix. But, you know, I hope watching this process has been helpful for someone. Finish this last one. And I realize now that something's missing. So I got to fix that. Where'd those check marks go, eh? Ah, let's grab all those, bring them up. Oops. All right. Yeah, Canva's, you know, you can get away with doing this with the free version too. You don't have to pay for the pro. I eventually bought it after using it for so many months. So I still don't feel right about these corners, but this is going to be the, I think, the flyer I go with. Let's also go look at some Monkey Bytes Creative. And when you upload stuff, it does save them. You know, so that's another benefit. And if you do get the pro, you can generally save more. I want to include... So maybe that is the background instead. You know, I feel like I'm going away from this whole template here, but I like it. Let's see if this works. I'm going to manipulate that a little bit more. Ooh. You turn learn it and I can actually do more. I can add a little bit more in there, which I will get to. I don't know, man. Switch this to white. Make this like a cloud with some blue. More welcoming, no? But I'll have to change the whole scheme. So this is kind of like, sometimes I'll squirrel into a design and tweak it so much, so many different ways. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I'm going to be... It's going to take away from what I'm doing, though, so I might have to just end the stream here. It's been a fun one. So, POAP for today. Unless you guys want to watch this, you let me know.
Than what you're buying at 20, it's worth going there. So if you're buying between $20 and $50 white wine this summer, and you're going to buy a case at the liquor store, at Wine Library, at Albertsons, at Bevmo, at Total Wine, at Specs, this is like buy the 10 pack. If you're going to buy a case of $20 to $50 wine, love it. God, this smells. I want to do Q&A.
Sounds good.
So Dustin, make sure you're
my face here.
The questions and jump in with questions randomly during dead spots. Okay, Dust?
Got it.
If you're just joining us, we're unveiling first taste of the Empathy Wines To the Moon Meerkat Moscato 2021 Napa Valley. And yes, Regina, we are about to talk about the wine. Here we go. Let's do a snippy snip. You know, the thing that's really interesting is even when I was talking, and it was funny, I was trying to look at logistics and you were talking about this wine's better. The aromatics are really starting to come together. I get like an acacia white flower, a little bit of a melon, like kind of like green melon, and a hint of like white peach, you know, and a little bit of mango. Thoughts?
I thought you were going to say white pepper.
Oh, are you getting white pepper?
Pepper too, but I get all those things too.
You know what's funny? The acacia flower I've always used as interchange. Yeah. One thing Brandon at Wine Library told me about the other day that really caught my attention is Sancerre is ungettable. Low crop the last 3-4 years. Brandon's like, literally, I can't buy shitty Sancerre and sell it for 30.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
Yeah.
Which gets me excited because this is when wines like this, like a premium Muscat, hit the radar. Like, what's definitely going to happen is a lot of you are going to buy this wine for the swag. So don't forget, it comes with this tea. I'll put it on, I promise. And you're going to drink the wine. You're buying the wine for part of the journey. You trust us, and you tasted the anybody who tasted the Empathy Cabernet. As a matter of fact, in the comments, did you taste the Empathy Cabernet, Empathy Elephant, and what did you think? Watch this. So anybody who did that is going to buy 2, 5, or 10 right now because of what they saw happen with the Cabernet, which you now know that this is like a ludicrous deal. And it's obviously such a low price. It's summer. Most people do go under 30 on white, so it's a premium white, so I'm empathetic to that. But the swag. But then they're going to taste the wine, and then they're going to be in trouble because they're going to fall in love with Muscat, and they're going to have to find like weird Alsatian, like to get right. But it's going to replace a lot of people's Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, and Sancerre drinking. Thoughts?
I agree completely. I also think it's funny when I first tasted it again here.
Hey, Dustin, 2 things. Keep the URL to buy because we are in full. This is the moment we're doing because we may shut it down. We don't have that many cases. It could happen today. But when you have a question, Dust, jump in because everyone loves seeing your face on this stream and just throw some stuff at me. Go ahead, buddy.
I think this is a good white wine for somebody who doesn't drink white wine.
Because a little bit of that, so pronounced. Right. It's not a sweet wine.
Maybe doesn't
Jackie
like
Kuhn,
wines.
We're sorry, no international shipping. I apologize.
Yep. No.
Just trying to do logistics. Wine is tough. As a matter of fact, I said in the Discord today, vitamins, wine. We've been doing a lot of collaborations that have legal issues to outside the US. We're going to make sure that more of the items going forward are global, obviously, because we know that's important. Also, yes, there are states we can't ship to, ironically, New Jersey being one of them, but ship these to your friends. Like New Jersey, people have Pennsylvania and New York. Liquor laws in America are just like super tough. I'm sorry, Scott. There is a dark horse chance that if we don't sell out, I'm trying to like work with Empathy and my dad and be like the great bridge maker of like send the rest to Wine Library. So that's looming, but I'm not making that promise. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah. Somebody asked earlier, how long could you open this and keep it in your fridge and then drink it again? What are your thoughts on that?
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to do an entrepreneurial question. Some 15-year-old asked something. By the way, notice how many people are going nuts about the Empathy Cabernet here. What should a 15-year-old invest into with little income? Lenny, buying things at garage sales and thrift stores and reselling them on
it's out
eBay
there.
and Amazon.
Let's see what happens.
With a little bag, you
I'm
can't
gonna
be
go
in
AFK
investment
though, really
mode. You have
quick.
to be in
Grab a snack.
operational
Be right back.
execution mode. So with $1,000, you have to go buy $1,000 at a garage sale and turn it into $2,900. Take that same $2,900 with what you're learning, go to thrift stores, dollar stores, garage sales, take that to 7,000, 7 to 14. That's what I did, literally. I'm giving you the advice I did and still real. I mean, garage sale flipping is out of control. I'm dying to do a new episode of Trash Talk. It's been hard, but there's that. Big shout out to Sal, who I love, Sal the Tiger. He got a 5-pack. Who got a 5-pack? Who just ordered a 5-pack? Let's put up the URL if you want to buy in this pre-launch. I'm not pre-launch. In the opening day launch, GaryV.com/moon. Dustin must have went and took a poop because he hasn't switched this bottom yet. There it is.
Calm
Thank
down.
you.
Calm down.
Listen, GaryV.com/moon if you want to buy one. If you bought a 5-pack, just reply with a 5 because that's what I want to see. I want to see the 5-packs go heavy. Nice 2-pack from Aaron. I want to see who got a 10-pack. Actually, 2, 5, or 10. If you bought one right now, just because I want to go back and play a little bit after this recording and watch it. If you bought the new Empathy white collaboration Moscato, Meerkat, VFriends Empathy with free t-shirt, please put in 2, 5, or 10 based on what you bought. I just want to get a sense of what's happening here before we get out. Thus, I want to pound people with, do you ship to Hawaii?
You're not.
Dustin,
you can't ship this to Hawaii.
No.
Yeah. Some weird laws with merch.
Any recommendations of starting an MMA? Yeah, Josh, just make stuff. Dustin, I'm struggling with you putting it down there. Yes, I need you to come on like this.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna sift through still. There's a lot of comments coming in or questions.
Only come on when you have a question, Dustin.
What's that?
Only come on when you have a question.
Bye.
I love it. Do 2 5-packs. Interesting. Oh, go again, please.
That's funny.
GaryVee.com/moon
That's
if you
funny.
are buying today's Meerkat
So
white.
he was like only
2-pack, 5-pack,
funny.
10-pack.
Like make sure the questions are only like
excited about
relatable
this.
to the topic of the stream.
Please fire away your business
Makes
questions
sense.
or your wine questions. Dustin's going to go
Oops.
super rapid fire, jump in a bunch of times. How many cases? I think we did 800 or less, right? 800. 800 cases of this wine were made. We're going to go 2,000, but we wanted to keep super high premium quality. And so like, that's where I was saying in the Discord and today, like this one isn't a money maker. This one isn't a flipper collector thing on your end, unless you drink it, see me at Beacon and I sign it and I go on doing what I'm supposed to do. And then in 20 years you flip it. This is just better white wine than I would have bought at Ralph's or Specs or Wine Library or somewhere else. Plus I get the free t-shirt. And like, there's a lot of clever people. Like somebody already just texted me and said, yeah, cool, but I'm going to sell the t-shirt for 40, get the wine for, and it's like watching all of you with Uno or the zero. I mean, what's going on with zero cool cards right now for series 2? Like you see it, Andrew, like people are literally getting a box. They paid $1,000 for the NFT. They buy a box, they open, I'll be right with you, Dust. They open a box, get a high-end card, sell it for, like the whole thing's just wild. Dust.
Daniel asked, do you think today's environment is in a good place to open up a retail entertainment business, i.e. bowling alley, pool hall, arcade, etc.?
Daniel, I'm going to give you a tremendous answer to this question, one that I want the team to split and put on TikTok and Instagram. There is never a bad time to open a great business. And there is never a good time to open a shitty business. Yes, we're heading into a recession potentially, but if you're a great operator, Wine Library, when I took over, recession, exploded it. Me and AJ started VaynerMedia, recession, micro recession, exploded it. Like, if you're a good enough operator, it's always a good time to open a business if you're passionate and understand what to do. And if you're not a good operator, we could be in frothy land like we were the last decade, and you will lose. I watched tons of businesses go out of business 5 years ago when it was easy as shit.
Martin asked, is it a limited release?
Yes, there's only 800 cases, most of which are selling out as we speak, looking at the numbers, getting the texts. Not to create hysteria, I think you've got time into tomorrow if you're watching this in the morning. Maybe not. I have no idea. Depends on how it's flowing. It seems to be really flowing. And then it will never be made again. Let's talk a little more about the wine so that we mix in wine talk with Dustin's business and other questions. What else you got to say about this wine? What else value can we bring?
I think a lot of people just drink what they know. Like you were saying, Sancerre, Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay. This is a grape that just forces you to drink something different and realize that I actually might be overpaying for those things too. So
yeah, you know what's funny you say that, right? Like when I drink wines like this, I had a $75 white Burgundy a week ago in my apartment that sucked.
Yeah.
That I was like, is this like, you know, like I'm in a funny part where like I'm getting caught sometimes because the wineries and producers that I loved in the past, I'm like in this journey where I'm like randomly picking up stuff, having Brandon send me stuff, and even like people sending me bottles. This was sent as a gift. I was pumped. It was terrible. It was, and when I say terrible, our talk, it was just boring.
Right.
I'm like, cool. Thanks for this. I've had this, like, I could have like poured myself a glass of water, put some cucumber and lemon in it, and this is what it would have been. $75. Because it has the brand.
Yeah.
And so what's fun about making a wine like this, and why I think we ended up here, I don't think we were going here when we started this journey, me, you, and Nate. I think that we got here, because the North Star was, when we do the summer version of this successful Empathy Elephant Cab, let's over deliver so everybody buys it and drinks it.
Right.
And by the way, if you're buying this, big shout out. I've got a fun thing for all of us. This is going to make some influencers buy this. If you buy this and you post a video of you drinking this on Instagram and Twitter and tag me, I will share a ton in my stories in the next 2 weeks of people just drinking this and reviewing it pro and con. You might not like it, and that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was like the mission behind Wine Library in many ways. Wine Library TV, I should say, was getting people to try and drink new things.
It was
and
the
now
message.
here we are actually making it.
Mission.
Yeah.
That's what he got for us.
Brian Jones asked, if you are in love with multiple things that make you happy, how do you pick one?
Flipping a coin. Dustin, get in here.
Yes.
Like, if that's true, you're lucky.
That's literally what I do now. If I can't even decide on a restaurant, I'm like, all right, heads or tails. Here we go.
Good. Flip a coin. That's what I do. I flip a coin mentally. I'm like, I'm going to do this. Like the questions are confusing because people are actually asking which one will make me more money. And I'm saying, fuck the money. You just want to be happy. You like them all. You've won. And you'll never know what would happen. You just never know. So flip a coin. You've already won if everything makes you happy. Just pick one. People like to dance around and play with shit. Like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, they like the muckery of the indecisiveness. It's almost like this self-deprecating kind of like drama thing they like to talk to their mom and sister about. Like, fucking pick one and go.
A lot of people seem upset about flipping a coin.
Of course people are upset because like, what the fuck? I'm like, listen to the question. I like multiple things. Nobody really knows the outcome. Like, it could look right on paper that you're going to make more money and be happier with this one, but then something changes the next day. You know how many people quit their job to go into NFTs? And now they're worried because they just thought it was a gold rush. And it's not a gold rush. Everything's hard. Everything is twists and turns. And then you know my favorite thing, Dustin, Andrew, because you look at my content all day. Let's say you picked the right thing. It was the laundromat, not the wine business. And it was right. You did 10 times more business. But on this day, when you went to the laundry store to fucking open the store, a bus killed you. And if you did the fucking wine thing, you would have made 20% less money, but you would have lived to 92. Life's fucking unpredictable. There is no right fucking answer at the time. There's only a right answer when you go to heaven, and then it's not so right all the time either. Fuck. What are we trying to solve for? Right? Thank you. I'm on fire. I'm feeling tight. Clip that shit up. What else you got?
Bradley Graham asks, do you feel all platforms will start moving towards interest-based platforms as we develop?
I think he means what TikTok's doing around the interest graph.
Right.
I do think, Bradley, that will be a challenge because the social graph, I follow Andrew. We were best friends in high school. We lose touch in college. We definitely lose touch post-college. We both loved fucking prank calling at 16, and now he's in my feed talking about fishing, and I'm into industrial, like corporate building. I'm not as interested in Andrew anymore, thus my feed not valuable. TikTok says, you like chocolate today, I'm gonna give you chocolate. You like wine, you got into football. That's why we're so sticky and enjoying it. So yes, I've always thought the interest graph was bigger than the social graph, which is why I made a terrible claim to AJ that Tumblr, which was one of the 3 companies that I invested in, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, in my opening realm of being an investor, was going to be the biggest of the 3 because I thought the interest graph was the biggest of the 3. I think I ended up being right. It was that Mark Zuckerberg and that Williams were better operators than David Karp, even though all 3 are phenomenal. David Karp sold Tumblr for $1 billion to Yahoo. So they all were remarkable. I've learned those lessons the last 20 years, but yes, I think the interest graph is a big ass deal. All right, one more time. If you're trying to buy the new collab, somebody said, is it vegan friendly? You were telling me before we went online, this is predominantly organic. Break it down, predominantly organic.
So sourced from majority Napa Valley vineyards, which were farmed organically, sustainably. So like really putting an emphasis on sustainability in the winemaking. In terms of vegan, I don't want to speak out of turn. I want to find out.
I don't think it is.
Yeah. So some of our other empathy wines are. So
this
interesting.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, this one might be. But we got to do our fact. We got to do our homework.
So you'll tweet that out from the empathy handle tomorrow?
Account. Yep.
Or tonight?
Yep.
Or they might do that right now if they're watching.
Let me check and see if we get that info.
Team, if you're just joining us, we are on YouTube live and LinkedIn and other places live, talking about our new collaboration, the Empathy Wines white wine collaboration with Be Friends, and specifically with the To the Moon Meerkat. This is the 2021 Napa Valley Premium Dry Muscat. We have a 2-pack, a 5-pack, and a 10-pack that comes with the limited edition swag t-shirt that Trouty is modeling. And we're really excited about it. If you'd like to buy it in this limited release, only 800 cases are made. GaryVee.com/moon, lowercase moon. Make sure to get it there. We'll get you right there. And I'm really excited. I really hope you try it. If you are buying a $20 to $50 wine this summer, including 2 bottles, but definitely 5 bottles, because that's where the pricing, you guys really created an extreme there.
Yeah.
The 2 bottles are $50 a pop with the free t-shirt. It amortizes obviously like 30. The 5 is $25.
Yeah, we wanted to reward people who bought more.
Because of the 5?
Yeah.
I like that. So yes, please check it out. Tails never fails. Go ahead.
How do you, Cameron AB asked, how do you learn how to be a good operator?
I think you are either born with natural talent or you are taught on the job. I think you can also learn it in a book a little bit, but then you can learn how to do the right exercises and then you have to execute. It's all execution. Trout, why don't you speak to it? Why don't you tell everybody a very fast 3-minute version of our story together, because it's inspiring for a lot of youngsters that are trying to replicate what you did with me.
Yep.
And then because you were so close to my operating, you were in the office of you were a chief of staff in that office CO for me. You have been very close to a lot of stuff. Why don't you,
yeah.
I think you could actually bring more value than me.
Yeah. So the short story of mine was I was very passionate about wine. Knew I wanted to go into the industry, started studying, reading textbooks, went to YouTube to learn about it, discovered this guy over here, went down a rabbit hole and realized that not only is he a great wine educator, but also is a great marketer. Reached out to him and said, hey, I'd love to get close with you and learn a little bit from you. If there are any job opportunities, let me know. I think I got like a 3-word tweet reply, meet somebody. And long story short, that was about 12 years ago. I moved to New York City, started working for Gary in the wine industry, later at VaynerMedia, then again in the wine industry at Empathy Wines. So for me,
when you being up close to me and, you know, as an operator, and Robert Hansen, a great operator, Constellation. Like, let's start with me since it was first, and then Allison, and, you know, like, what did you, in hindsight now that you got some gray hairs, good, you're looking good. I don't know. Why do you think we're had? I'm thinking about getting an Afro implant, like just like literally like going to Turkey and just getting like,
let it go.
Like just be like Phil Toronto. He inspired me. What do you think you've learned that's most unique that they won't think? Like, what was most unique?
So, a couple things.
I'm sure people ask you all the time, like, what's Gary really like, or you get a little, right?
I think a couple things. I think it's nature and nurture. I think certain people are just born leaders and are able to kind of know how to run a business, and then other people need to be conditioned and grow and be exposed to how to do it. I also think there's different ways to run different types of businesses where, like, certain people that went to MBA programs and then go up the corporate ladder are really good at running publicly traded companies.
P&L.
Yep.
Make decisions for today's profit.
Yep. And then
not my style.
No. And then I think there are other people who are more entrepreneurial and can figure out how to take a dime and turn it into a dollar.
Right.
And can do that in any vertical, no matter what it is. They're not specialists in a certain category. They kind of can just figure it out.
Right. What else? Teach them. What's the coolest move you ever saw me do that you thought was stupid that then turned out to be smart? That's like a fun story. You don't have to use names of employees because I'm sure it has to do with that. Give me that. If I said, what's the thing that you left this office and said, you're a fucking, that, like, I know Gary's brilliant, but this is stupid, or like, how do we get him not to do this? We then did it as an organization and it crushed, and you're like, why? Oh my God.
Fun. I mean, kind of answering your question. Funny story. We named our LLC Goose Egg LLC. And the reason is because Gary used to say that he was trying to run all of his businesses with goose egg profit, and which makes no sense, right? Like, why would you want to make no profit? And the idea being, I'm going to continually reinvest into my business, continue to grow it.
AKA my people.
People, yep. In order to not take advantage of the short-term economics, but with the idea being it'll pay off in the long term. So, which is a very different way of running companies than I think a lot of people think about it.
Out of curiosity, why do you go for a 10-pack instead of a case, I guess he's asking? Oh no, somebody bought 2 5-packs. I guess he gets 2 t-shirts.
Or why didn't we do 12 bottle packs?
No, Sal said picked up 2 5-packs, and then Ross Brown said, why'd you buy instead of 10-pack? Because Sal decided the t-shirt was worth it because he got 2 t-shirts probably, right? I'm answering for you, Sal. I have no idea. And so go ahead. So back to the goose egg. I want to actually hear that.
So I just think it's.
By the way, before you answer that, if you were buying the Meerkat white wine, go to GaryB.com/moon, all lowercase. And if you bought it just now, reply with a 2, 5, or 10. A 2, 5, or 10 in here. And also, I'm gonna actually up the ante. Series 1. So as you guys know, the cards have gotten hot. We've got the original ones. We got the Unos where the Gary B's hot. And now we have Series 2, which I saw. Beautiful. Series, compete and collect. If you buy today, I'm gonna ask Empathy to go to the database, and I'm gonna pick one of you randomly, and I'm gonna send you a premium Zero Cool Series 1, because I'm going to the National, and I'm gonna have to buy one. Rips, if you're watching, I need you to keep me honest on this one.
Yep.
I'm going to pick one random person that buys wine during the next 15 minutes, meaning at any point prior, yesterday, because you saw it during this stream, or anybody that does it before we get out of here at 8:45, or whenever I get out of here. If you place an order on Empathy Wines right now, GaryV.com/moon, it'll send you there. If you place an order right now before we get out, I'm going to pick one of you, randomly look at your address, and randomly send you a super premium Zero Cool Meerkat card. Maybe it's an auto, maybe it's a spec, maybe it's an epic, one of 2. I'm going to find one in the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to send one to one of the people that randomly bought one right now. Just to make it fun, just to like add to the ante. For somebody who was like teetering, like, should I buy 2 or 5 or 10? I do drink white wine. It sounds good. Just maybe $1,000 collectible card. Also, by the way, while I've got you, Sunday, I am in Los Angeles. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to GaryV.com/Discord, get the information. I'm going to be at Cool Kicks in Los Angeles. I put it everywhere in my socials. Please come, Los Angeles, if you're there, come and say what's up. I'm going to be signing the Flex and Fox toy that we did a limited edition with them for 500 units. And then next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Atlantic City, the National Sports Card Show. I'm bringing my LeBrons. I'm bringing my Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. I'm bringing my B-Friends, my Marbles, my Pokemons. I'm a dealer Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. Come through to that. GaryB.com/Discord. You've got to live in Discord. If you're watching this right now and you're not part of our Discord, huge mistake. There it is. Get in. That's where all the alpha is. That's where all the information is. I can't wait to see all of you. Sal, you don't need a Flexing Fox to go to the event in LA. You need a Flexing Fox to get front in line and kind of get hooked up, but everybody can show up to LA. And so that's that. Justin Smith, thank you for the 2-pack order. All right, you can go back to the New York Cat stuff. Breakdown. So you feel like you thought I was stupid for not making money?
I didn't think you were stupid.
You were confused.
Yeah.
You didn't know why I did that.
You used to tell clients that you ran a business that was not profitable, and they got very
That's true.
confused. Yeah.
We didn't make money for 3 years. That's true. That's why B-Friends is fun for me to operate. Right now, people are like, oh, the market's down, this and that. I don't like you doing this. I don't like you doing that. I don't like you doing this. I'm like, Jesus Christ. If these people understood for 3 years, Vayner didn't make a single dollar, but now, today, is the most important agency in the world, like, wait till they see what I do with B-Friends. Like, I understand you might not be happy with me hour to hour, but I know what I'm doing. You should buy more. You should buy more B-Friends Series 2. Do you have a Series 2 B-Friends? How many?
Just one.
You should buy another one. You have $700? Dustin, you have 10 Series 2 B-Friends?
I pay it at a premium price too.
Get over here right now. Come here. How many do you have? Don't lie. One. I'm going to punch you in the face. Get over here.
What?
If you move, I'm going to give you a hug. I appreciate the support. I'm going to come through for you. You watch. Stick with me, kid.
All right.
All right.
Everyone's like, oh, you selling yours now?
No, we're going to fucking dump. People are so low. You know how many people sold a week ago when they were 1,000? Ethereum, and now it's 1,500. People are confused. Do you see punks a month ago versus today? People don't understand. People are impatient. People are like caring about their money right now. People spent money they couldn't afford to lose. That was rule number 1. Do not spend $1 you can't afford to lose. Thus, you don't have to panic sell. Did anybody learn that lesson this year? You know, listen, you're grinding. LA, girlfriend, like you got to manage your money, and you should still buy one at 7. You fucker, you better buy some.
I learned that lesson too, though.
I know, but how many do you have?
Market. I need to put some stuff.
You have $700.
Yeah.
Buy a Series 2 right now. Trust me, I'm about to get hot, and I'm doing this publicly so everybody sees. You tell your friends. I'm doing it live on fucking Ustream right now. Ustream, YouTube stream. I know, OG. Flip cam. Guys, my flip cam is ripping. All right. This is fun. I don't even want this to end. Because I know. Oh, Dustin, please.
Oh, okay. Brandy Sickles asks, I'm pursuing coaching now and I struggle with pitching without experience. Is it just practice until it hits?
Yes. And Brandy, it's not being scared to lose. The reason I'm undefeated in business is I like losing more than winning. Thus, I'm not scared in a pitch because the scariest thing in a pitch is to lose. And if you're not scared of that, well, then you've won. That's it. There's nothing else to say. What? You lost the pitch. Who gives a shit?
It's a funny psychology, though. It's the same thing as like going up to a girl in the bar. Everyone's afraid of that.
I'm not as confident in that environment. I was not as confident of going up to a girl in high school, college, post-college as I am in business, which is actually why I understand the dynamic so well. I understand you're scared because I was less confident doing that than I was in business where I had 100% confidence. I only had 80% confidence in the other game. And so I know what that, and by the way, that delta between 80 and 100 was fucking catastrophic. I left so many wins on the board out of fear, and so are so many people here that are scared to lose the pitch. Just be authentic, be yourself. Is it sold out? Looks like somebody just said sold out. You might be sold out. I don't think so. Whoa, it sounds like 5 packs are already sold out? Can you confirm that? Fuck. 10 packs are about to explode if that's true. Let's go, Daniel. Big 10 bottle purchase to get the t-shirt. What's the team saying? 5 packs were done for me. I love that.
Yeah, the website says sold out.
Wow.
All of
No,
5.
just the five bottle.
The 10 bottle packs are about to go crazy.
The 2 bottles still available.
Yeah, that's like the best deal. But actually, like, how much do we sell Befriend t-shirts for? 40?
I think so.
Right. So then you're down to 20 a pop. Is there shipping on top of the 100?
built in.
Free shipping. Yeah. Maybe I was razzing 2 packs a little bit too much. That's like a low cost of entry to get the tea, right? Interesting. This wine is fucking amazing.
It's delicious.
Like literally, like just back to like if you love champagne and Sancerre and Chablis, like for a lot of the hardcore sommeliers in New York, it just might have too much sweetness in the fruit. But for 99.9% of the people watching this, it's like been a crush.
Yeah.
It's like conundrum. Have any of you drank? It used to be called Camus Conundrum. Now it's Conundrum. Have any of you drank Conundrum White? Please reply. If you have, buy a 10-pack right now. If you bought Conundrum White or Triana White, get a 10-pack right now. Promise.
I just talked to Tyler and he at Befriends, and he was right. Only the small size T-shirt is sold out. Medium, large, XL, XXL still.
So the 5-packs are there. It's the 5-pack with a small that's sold out.
Yeah.
It's all right. The 5s are back.
Yep.
That's good. All right, good. Got it. So 5-pack with small T-shirt out. That's cool. John, this is fun. I'm bringing back tea with Gary V, I think, and V with Terry. But I don't like vodka, which is funny because I'm Russian. But I could do tea with Gary V as tequila. I do like tequila. You like that one, Dustin?
Yeah. I'm a big tequila fan now, so that'll be fun.
Dustin, we can do tea with Gary V in the morning, but if I do it at night, it's tea with Gary V, just a tea.
Yeah.
With the tequila logo. That'd be really fun. Tea with Gary V morning, night.
9 a.m., 9 p.m.
I endorse it.
Oh man! By the way, big shout out to Manu John. Big caps. You can put this up here, Dustin. Don't trust Gary. He only plays people. John, as somebody who's known me for 13 years and like knows everything, has been in my inbox, who I am as a human being. Like this happens occasionally. That's what happens with high profile. Like through the world, and you've heard this. You've heard this your whole career. Less now because I've done enough, but when you see people like Manu John who hide behind a fake name, would love to know your real name, John. How much does that make you laugh when it's so hard the other way? Like break that down as somebody who's been close to somebody who puts themselves out there.
It's funny, when I first started working with you, I'd get like emotionally upset about it.
Right.
So like it would like hurt my feelings.
Yep.
Oh, I only knew. And
Yeah.
now I'm just like, people just need to really get exposed to and understand that like your track record.
Which is why I have empathy.
I'm grabbing some.
I'm a high energy guy.
Some dinner right now, and I don't want to end this for you guys tuning in, so I'm going to keep it rolling. If the YouTube ends and you don't see me come back, I'll be back ASAP. I think he'll be going for another 30 minutes, so but I want to keep this rolling. So
I've always loved that.
Sorry for the interruption.
I actually liked Manu Ginobili a little bit more than I needed to, just because I love the name Manu.
Yep.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I love Argentina and Malbecs and the people. Like I actually think universally every Manu I've met I love, including Manu John. I understand what he's doing in there.
Yep.
Manu doesn't know me.
Right.
Manu doesn't fucking know me at all. I've never met Manu John. We never spent 4 hours. He doesn't look in my inbox. He doesn't know me the way all of you know. Which is, right. People won't even know what played them. But Manu knows. They don't know. But Manu, it's fucking cynicism and lack of information. It's hurt inside. I have a lot of compassion for Manu John and others that go down that path, which is why I have learned to like in sports, I'll do that. I'm like, fuck Tom Brady, but it's not real. But in real life, judging people's character without knowing a single thing is funny to me. And then hearsay, the amount of shit I hear of like, you did this. I'm like, I sure didn't. Like, I'm glad your friend Rick, who's unhappy, is trying to tear down, which is why, me, I've become completely numb to. I watch what I've done in the last 3 years based on what you just said. Similar is when people talk shit about people I know that are successful. Maverick Carter, LeBron's partner. Oh, he's only because, okay, cool. But I've seen Maverick work his fucking ass off for 15 years. And I'm glad that you say that he's got that because LeBron, but I think LeBron's got what he's got off the court because of Maverick.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That shit. I'm sure you guys felt this when you guys became my partners. You went from intern to partner. Sure, there was some stuff, but they didn't see the 8 years of us bleeding at 2 a.m. working on shit that earned you this spot to be my partner.
Yeah. Yep. Same idea.
Yeah. Anyway, fun stuff. Lots of interesting talks. We're wrapping up here soon. We're going to be selling out pretty shortly. If you're interested in the Empathy White Wine, GaryVee.com/moon. When I say sell out shortly, let me rephrase that. We're going to be coming off here now. We've sold a bunch. It will still linger on the website, so go check it out. There'll be a closing period, which Empathy is going to decide when. But if you are a drinker of $20 to $50 wine, this is absolutely the time to buy. GaryVee.com, buy a 2, 5, or 10 pack, get the free t-shirt, get ridiculous wine for the value in return. Almost all of you buy wine that's not as good at the price point. If you're a $10 to $20 bottle of wine, this is a good thing to splurge for. So many of you are buying $40 t-shirts of VFriends. That means you're paying $30 on the whites. You get into the 5 and 10 pack, it gets really ridiculous. You want the $25 a bottle in the 5-pack.
Well, we haven't really talked about the 10 bottle pack with the tank top that comes with it.
I didn't. Well, I'm undereducated. This is your program. Talk.
Yeah. So the 10 bottle pack is the only one where you get access to the tank top.
It's a tank top instead of a regular t-shirt?
It's a 10 bottle pack, t-shirt, and a tank.
Okay, you did a terrible job of
that was a bad job by me.
Yeah, you're a bad
I saved
guy.
it for the end.
Yeah, most people left by now. You really are a bad retailer. Is that okay? I could have scrolled down. Right, this is fucking awesome. The 10 pack comes with the fucking tank.
And the tanks.
The tank is fucking awesome. The tank is so gangster. So $3.15. So you're paying $31.50 for the fucking wine, $40, $30 for a tank. Is tanks the same price or more or less than t-shirt? Less. So let's go 40 on a tee, 30 on a tank, right? So that's 70 down to 240.
Which also, because the only way to get the tank is through the 10 pack.
The best part is there's so many gangsters. I love when I was at VCon, and I've got the National, and I've got LA, though I don't think this would get into people's hands before LA, but I'm alluding to a lot of things and I'm going to be out and about for a while here for VFriends holders. Watching people play Flip Life against my world is my favorite. Like they buy the 10 pack because the tank. Then I'm at VCon next year. Like, can you sign this? And I'm like, I signed the tank, and I'm already they're going to sell this for $100 on eBay. It's a fucking amazing. It's my favorite. Anyway, I see Big Pips 3051 says, sorry, I'm late. Let me recap as we run out here. We've been tasting the newest white wine collaboration with Empathy Wines and VFriends called the To the Moon Meerkat from Empathy Wines. There's a 2 and 5 and 10 pack. You can get there by going to I actually bought 3-pack, went back and got a 5. Weird. Maybe a 2-pack. Okay, anyway, no less. If you want to buy the wine, go to GaryVee.com/moon, lowercase moon. Buy a 2, 5, or 10 pack. Like our homie Zach Storm Crypto just put in the comments that he bought a 10 pack. If you bought one, please put it in. I'm going to wrap up now. If you buy one here before 9 p.m. Eastern, so you got 13 minutes. If you buy one of the sets in the next 13 minutes, I'm also going to randomly pick one person next week when I'm at the National. I'm going to find on eBay or at the National a super premium Series 1 Zero Cool Meerkat card, super premium, so like a spec or an epic will be the lowest you'll get. I got to find it first. An epic, an auto, a spec. I'll get a super premium one, which like a lot of dollars if you do the homework. I'm going to send one of you that bought today during this time. I know this is going to be saved. I know a lot of you are watching this on Thursday, and I'm going to go to the site, and hopefully there's still some stuff available to buy. I'm really excited. I hope you to me, this is less of you should buy this. This is more of if you drink white wine, you should consider this because it's better than what you're buying. Parting thoughts, Trout?
Thank you, everyone. If you got this far, I hope everyone got the tank. Get that 10 pack.
The 10 pack comes with the tank. I love that.
No, this was a ton of fun.
I don't have the Meerkat.
Fox.
No, this is the legendary Lemur. Oh, actually, Trout. Where's the? Go grab that humongous sign. People have to see this. Final thoughts on the card market going to the national. Pretty excited about it, Matt. Much like the crypto market, NFT market, it's mature and people are more thoughtful, buying the smart stuff. I just bought 2 Jordan rookie PSA 10s. How cool is this? Fucking rad. I'm obsessed with this little. Watch this. Oh, hold on. What? I don't know. This probably has that.
It's only strobing right now. It's like flashing.
What is it? Help me. Do it out there, Trout. Wrapping up here, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, I had a blast tonight. I miss you guys terribly. Pumped to be in the Discord. Pumped to be part of this community. Just want to thank you all. Can I trade you a LeBron Bazooka slab rookies for a series 2? Maybe digital. I got to look at that. Uh-oh. Wait, I don't see it.
Plug it in.
Plug this in. Oh. Uh-oh.
Let's go.
I feel like I feel weird right now. I feel high right now. What the fuck's going on?
It's a good time.
I wonder if this is like buy the empathy 10-pack. Anyway, I just love being part of this community. Missed a lot of you. I know I've been busy the last couple months. Rest assured that we're in it for the long haul. I thank all of you. We are absolutely focused on getting to the moon. I'm empathetic for a lot of the conversations on Twitter and Discord. I'm always compassionate to people's thoughts on what I should do, what I have to do. Rest assured, I'm working very hard and thoughtfully. I think in long term, I know a lot of people want to flip and make a quick dollar. It's not, I can't be in that business. I need to build something meaningful. We're on that focus with Be Friends. Thank you, Zach. I will try to keep killing it. Miss you, Chef. Thank you. Does this wine go bad if I don't open it? P, you got some time. This is like a 5 to 7 year wine, in my opinion. Great gift, by the way. The wine's epic. Wine's better than I thought it was going to be. Wine's definitely, I agree with you. Wine's better than it was when we tasted last.
Yeah.
Great summer wine. Fun conversation piece. Like the perfect pool wine of like, what is this? How do I get it? Well, if you can't get it, you know, that kind of fun stuff. Fatima, great to see you. See you, Justin. I'll see you all in LA. Living Dead Hair, thank you. Paul, I love the Gratitude Gorilla in your profile. Paul H, thank you.
Great Thanksgiving one. Funny enough.
Yeah, that's a great call out, actually. Yeah, it's a great rival for Riesling and converts.
10-pack, drink a few now.
Drink 5 now, drink 5 at Thanksgiving as an aperitif. I agree. This is a great Thanksgiving. That's a good call out. John, thank you. Let's thank John.
Thanks, everyone.
I'll see you guys in the Discord. I love you, JETS. That's right, Dial. Brandy, great to see you. Steve Lieber, great to see you. Please join the Discord. If you're watching this right now and you're not part of Discord, that's insane to me. You're probably on Facebook or LinkedIn. Get in there right away. What's the alcohol beverage on Muscat?
14-1.
14-1. You're welcome, Gisele. Thank you. Gustavo, thank you. I'm still huddling too. That's awesome. The empathy element is absurd. Much love, Dylan. I'll buy a 10-pack. Thank you, Andre. Thank you so much. 2-pack for Liz Lely. Thank you so much. 10-pack for Victor P. Big shout out in Taiwan. I'll see you. Sal, I can't wait to see you in LA, brother. I love you a lot. Hope you're bringing your beautiful bride. I bought 2 PSA 10 Jordans. Facebook user. I just bought 2 this week. 200K pop. Baller life.
Love that.
I want to own every PSA 10 Jordan.
Corner of the market.
Even though I hate them more than life itself, I just the best deal in sports cards. And the Charizard. Hollow Shadowless. Big shout out to Tristan Hoyt that said Gary Vee is a scammer. I'll see you in the Hall of Fame. Tristan, I can't wait to see you in heaven. We'll have that discussion. I don't buy ungraded cards, Scott. I'll see you at the National. I'll see you in LA. And I'll see all of you in Discord. I'm literally going to hang up and go home and talk to all of you on Discord that were part of this. I'd love to get your feedback. I'm literally about to close it and go in there. And final right hook, GaryVee.com/moon. If you want to be part of the incredible Empathy Muscat, we'd love to see you there. VCon 2023, LA, Cool Kicks, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Sunday. I'll see you there. By the way, this is giving me like some sort of weird, like, can we turn this off? Next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Atlantic City, the National Sports Card Convention. Would love to see all of you there.
Nate's going.
I know. Is Nate going?
I think so.
Oh man, that's awesome. Nate, if you're watching this, please text me if you're going. And then finally, if you want to buy the wine, GaryVee.com/moon. I'd love to see you on board with this wine and the t-shirt. Flip the t-shirt. It's like an easy arbitrage. It's only, how many t-shirts are there? Because if you broke it up with two, yeah. It depends on how they sell, right?
Volumes, yeah.
Oh, like 2,000 that could amortize down to 800 if it was only 10. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, GaryVee.com/Discord. Love you all. Hope everyone's well. Thank you for the 10-pack by Young Money King. It ages really well. I think this is a 7-year white wine, in my opinion, based on residual sugar and acidity. Yeah, it's gonna age well. But very honestly, like this is pop and pour late. This is Labor Day wine. Everybody here that has a Labor Day party that is either bringing a wine or hosting. If you're bringing wine, buy the 2-pack, get the shirt. If you're hosting a party, buy the 10-pack and blow everybody away. They're all gonna be like, "How do I get this?" You're like, "You can't." And you hold it and you flip. There's so much fun.
Sell it to the party.
Sell them a bottle for how much you paid for the 10-pack. Anyway, we'll see you guys at VCon in Australia 2023. Kidding. I'm just trying to razz. But I will be in Australia first week of November. Details to come. The tour is set. First week of November, I will be in Australia. I'm excited about that. 4 or 5 cities. You're more than welcome to come. Cool. Helpful Hippo. Actually, Eugene, great question. Something brewing with that character. All right, love you guys. See ya. If I ran a Nintendo today, I'd probably put out 5,000 pieces of creative content starring Zelda and Mario and build up the IP and make sure all those characters and all those visions would be winning on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I would just produce at scale. This has now become singularly a making game. Make. You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy?
If you were to give a percentage of your work life, home life balance, what would it be? Do you think the balance is important to being successful in your overall day-to-day?
Yes, but I also think that balance ebbs and flows. So I'm probably spending more time on my life right now than ever. I mean, look, people look at things funny. Between being fully all in on weekends, between 5 other weeks of vacation during the year, like you're already at a place where you're talking about you only work 225 of the 360. Like people are very funny about how they think about work-life balance. Like I think that for me, somebody who enjoys work, between those vacations and weekends, and now my kids are getting older, so now it is go to a soccer match in the middle of the day, which is super foreign to me. Like I used to be 9 a.m., midnight, every minute, boom. So, but again, I think it's similar to not judging myself that somebody's upset this morning. Like you can only do your best. And I think one of the biggest weaknesses in our society is that people beat themselves up at every single second instead of looking at it in a year's worth or a life's work or at least a month's work. And so I think balance is important. I also think everybody here has different balance. Some people think 9 to 5 is balance. I would hate my life if I worked 9 to 5. It's just too much downtime for me. I enjoy what I do too much. So you get to define balance. You get to judge yourself. And people literally take the opinions of their parents and friends into how they parent or work-life balance. That is so laughable. Too much peer pressure. Too much judgment.
All right, so in terms of where you see advertising, and maybe not even just digital, where would you see advertising going in 5, 10 years?
I have no idea. A hypothesis I have definitely is voice is going to be a player. I definitely believe that the new interface that's brewing is voice and its impact will be as large as the mobile device when at scale, 15, 17 years from now. I'm not, I get a lot of credit because of the way I invested in all the documentation of being right a lot. But what I try to remind people is when I was saying those things, it had already happened. I'm not predicting TikTok. It has 1.5 billion downloads. The fuck kind of guess is that? It's just that people love to say no about today, let alone the future. I'm not worried about AR, blockchain, ML, VR, all of it's coming. I'm watching all of it, but no real people use it yet. And so people love to jump the gun on technology advancements ahead of the consumer behavior. I am blindly a day trader of this second. Before I worry about how to get my AR capabilities down, why not maximize the shit out of today, right this second? LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, grossly underpriced.
And advertising's always been the leading edge of culture. So AR and VR has to begin to weave its way in. And as advertising agencies, do we have to be at the forefront?
In a practical way. The reason I've been able to do that is because I'm willing to make less money. Not super complicated. Back to CFO. CFO walks in and says, I want to shut down the voice department. I'm like, then shut down the whole company. He's like, but it's not profitable. I'm like, I'm aware. That's the punchline. The reason most agencies aren't able to pull it off is because they don't want to give up the margin that year. You're not going to have clients often paid to subsidize, those new advancements. But I think the key is to not be too far in advance. So we do have people flirting with AR and VR and things of that nature, but it is flirting because it's just not close. I don't think people realize how not close VR is. I don't know a single person that knows a single person that spends an hour a day in a VR environment. Every person spends 7 hours a day in a phone. Talk about a real delta. So, yeah. To me, it's the speed in adjusting to what the consumer's done. What I'm proud of is as soon as Musical.ly gets bought by TikTok, they relaunch, stuff starts happening. Our ability at Vayner to be a creative on that department, in that world, within moments of it becoming real, that's the strength more than predicting. It's the speed in which you can execute in today versus the variable of being right about tomorrow.
We talked a little bit before the live stream started about how you've scaled your company, and just from a cultural standpoint, but also from a process standpoint, from an accountability standpoint. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, it's a human game. From a cultural standpoint, from a process standpoint, it's just judging the judgers. At my level, I think people are very naive on how much the variable of success is predicated on the CEO. Like she or he has a whole lot of say. They're the judge and the jury. A CEO is basically the Supreme Court. It's pretty final. These are dictatorships. Obviously there's boards in some companies that may have a little juice, but the reality is that, the way we've done it is by actually caring about it. It's not super complicated. We're far more advanced on culture than process. I hate process so much that I don't look at it often. And anytime I do look at it, it looks like it's going really poorly. And so then I just cry and go to sleep. And so,
You have a chief heart officer.
We do.
You have a chief process officer.
We don't. And I think that there's a couple reasons. And we won't. I believe that human beings that work in companies are disproportionately obsessed with process. And I think the second you start putting the process in front of the output, you lose. And I think almost every company puts the process in front of the output. I'd rather the process be murky and breakable than put on a pedestal. It's a tricky one.
It is.
It's a tricky one. But if you listen to what I just said, what you'll learn is it will come down to casting. And if you work on culture and people aren't political with each other and jerks, they'll figure it out much easier and with less friction. But the reality is most agencies have too much process and way too much insecurity in politics, and thus it's slow and clunky and crappy.
Do you think that data privacy regulations are ready to handle a world in which everything is that you do?
So I think I'll answer the second one first. It's about data privacy regulations can handle a world where AI, where every single product is smart at scale 2 decades from now, which is the assumption or guess that I have right now. No, but I think there's a much bigger conversation around data privacy that's not being had, which is I actually don't think people care about the privacy. I think there's a much more thoughtful conversation going on that will eventually play out, which is I'm gonna predict that it's gonna go the other way. I would prefer that every technology knew everything about me. I mean it. Unless you kill my children or steal my money, I'd prefer you know everything. This notion of privacy, what privacy are we actually talking about? What websites I went on? My credit card number? You give away your credit card number every day, everywhere. Like Target and the IRS had much bigger breaches than Facebook. I think there's this fun narrative right now to demonize technology because we don't like being accountable. Like the Russians didn't make you vote for someone. You did. You decided to believe, and so this huge lack of accountability will play out. So look, if somebody is creeped out that their refrigerator reordered their milk because the milk spoke to the refrigerator and said we have 1 pour left, they're more than welcome to not. I keep reminding people, I'm like, don't have a smartphone. Gary, this all sucks, it's all terrible. I'm like, delete Facebook. I did. I'm like, but you're on Instagram. Yeah, but I like it. I mean, so look, I think as an agency, when you think about the smartification, you're talking about building. You're talking about actually being in dev, which is not a big passion of mine, ironically. I don't like building the highways. I like driving them better than anybody else. So I think when you talk about smartification, where it's all gonna lead to is brand. Brand is gonna become the most important thing because when you're ordering on a voice device, you better say Kleenex, not tissues. You better say Nike, not sneakers, because then Amazon or Google are gonna pick for you, right? Same thing with brand. Once I put that Pepsi in that fridge is reordering Pepsi, not me deciding to pick up Coke at an end cap at Walmart. So brand is, I can't yell about it enough. Like, look at my own behaviors. The signature, the Sonic branding, like this is all branding for me. Like all my friends call me a sucker for giving away the 270-page deck the other day. Not me. I think about brand. You feel warmer towards me. I did something nice for you. People don't get it. So that's how I see, I think privacy is really funny. Like, I think Europe is really misplaying the world. I think Europe's growing irrelevance has a lot to do with the defense they have around all this stuff. When Google and Facebook and all these other companies don't want to be there, that's going to be bad, not good.
You're obviously putting out a lot of content over so many different platforms. So my question is, how do you measure the success of that? Is it based on purely likes, and as we start to see likes going away?
The likes will go away only for our insecurities outward, but we will still see them on the back end. But keep going.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what is your way of measuring?
My measurement on success is far more qualitative because I'm trying to win on brand. I'm not trying to sell K-Swiss sneakers. I know that I sold 1,000 pairs yesterday on this singular Instagram post, but that is not where my mind goes on, is that good or bad? My mind works this way. When I went to the airport last week and a 7-year-old ran up to me and asked for a selfie, I knew TikTok was working. So for me, it's qualitative. I know something's working based on reading the comments at scale. So for me, it's much more the comments themselves, not how many comments, the interpretation of the intent of the comments, because I'm building brand. I'm not worried about how many likes and shares it gets.
So I know that Facebook has been testing search ads. Quite recently, I think it was rolled out last month to advertisers. So I was wondering, do you envision a day where, for local advertisers, that Facebook becomes a viable search option as opposed to Google and Bing?
I thought so years ago, but much like I knew Google Plus wasn't going to work because it wasn't in Google's DNA, Facebook has not shown to me that search is inherently in their collective DNA. I'm shocked that Facebook is not a bigger search player, given the scale that they had. given how great the data could have been. Not as confident as I used to be, but that's what's great about everything. You can reboot anything. They could hire one great executive from Google and she could drive it. There's a whole lot of interesting data that I'd love to search that's public in Facebook from a search engine standpoint. So, but I do think certain companies have certain DNAs, you know?
I've actually got
Please.
Yeah. So this is like, I know what we talked about earlier, and you kind of did answer it, but Google just released their like cloud gaming platform.
Yep. Yep.
Do you envision like basically within the next decade, we're now seeing like gaming ads offered by Google?
Yes. Google will absolutely go into dynamic gaming ads. They just need to have the control of the inventory. So they've got to win the IP game, because if they have to go through Blizzard or somewhere else, they've got a problem. Whoever owns the IP wins that game, right? Otherwise, they're going to have to pay a huge vig to the game creator to get in there. And then by nature, the ad won't be inherently native because there'll be a friction between two different companies, almost like creative and media. So I think Google, but I think what people forget is how big these companies are. Like Google can buy one of the top gaming studios in the world. But yes, I do. Gaming is, people are extremely naive about where gaming is in our society. Like esports is easily one of the top 3 sports in America in 15 years, with basketball and soccer being the other 2 that have the most upside. Whereas football is stagnant, even though it's America's passion, and hockey and baseball continue to decline. I mean, the 5 best baseball players in America could walk into this office right now and 95% of this audience would not know who they are. They'd be like, those are some good looking buff dudes, but they wouldn't know that it's Mike Trout. And he's the best player. The best. And when you're in a place where by the way, not only is Mike Trout the best player in baseball, he's probably gonna go down as one of the best players of all time. And the fact that half the audience doesn't even know who that is a real big problem for baseball.
All right, I knew that would end. All right, good stuff. Well,
and that, by the way, this is a good
it's
lesson
been another
for digital
episode
agencies
of
and marketers.
BitmonkeyTV. Hope you've enjoyed. Please, as always, if you have any questions, the POAP for today, if anybody's still tuning in, ping me on Discord, ask me what happened to the POAP. We'll distribute these by hand. I have a very unique set of rules, but I'm going to get that contest rolling. If you're not already following Miss Manda Art, our lead artist for Moral Monkey Bites, please do go check out her YouTube. She is, I don't want to give too much alpha yet, but YouTube's going to be the place. So it's at Miss Manda Art. And if you just Google it like this, just YouTube, you can type in Amanda Newman or Miss Manda Art, and you'll see Amanda Newman pop up here. Go show her some love. I already love what she's doing here, and we had an awesome conversation around why I use YouTube as the primary, and she's strongly considering it, and I think she's taking that leap. So let's show her some support, and I'm excited to have her back on the show and do some collabs here. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been another episode of BitmonkeyTV. Thursday, we have a special guest in Moby.eth. Hope to see you here, same time as per usual, 4:30 Pacific. Until then,